Second Ezra 15, verse 1. Behold, speak in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith how the one, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 5. Behold, saith how the one, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rachaha Kodash, right? Kahaloyim La, Abanawa Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom Barakim to the hopeful elect house of David, right? Honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and other like-minded elders in Israel that teach well, by whom I learned this truth through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Citation to the Akim that are laboring, ministering week in, week out, making their bodies a living sacrifice unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, in all truth and sincerity. Right, that's the brother Daniela, back with a quick one through the spirit, and just to bring up a few news articles, and yeah, a lot going on right now. And obviously, brothers and sisters have seen what's going on over there in Babylon, aka America, right? Concerning ICE and them trying to deport a lot of the Northern Kingdom, right? Latinos, Hispanics, right? So-called Mexicans, right? Which really these are Israelites, right? So we've seen the protests over there for the last 4 or 5 days, and it's heating up, man. It's heating up. You got people rioting. Now they're looting the stores out there, setting vehicles on fire, right? And it's not only in Babylon we see protests going on concerning, immigration and these things. There are a lot of things going on in the world. Over there in Ireland right now, you got the people protesting about the immigrants. Over there in Spain, you got the people protesting about tourism. So, this all ties in with 2nd Ezra's 15th chapter. Sedition among men, right? Uproars of the people, 2nd Ezra's 9th chapter, right? And it's going to continue to intensify like we've been saying, right? But I want to just pull up a few articles quickly. So Spain, right? This is on BBC News app. It says thousands rally in Spain's Canary Islands against mass tourism. Oh, this is an old one. Damn, that's not the one I wanted. Slovakia. Yeah, so the people in Spain, they've been protesting about, the local tourism for a moment. Because what's happening is that you got a lot of people, they go to holiday in Spain. A lot of people worldwide, right? Over here in the UK, heavy influx of British people go abroad over to Spain for their holidays, right? They buy holiday homes there, especially a lot of Edomites, right? They set up home there. And what do? They treat these other countries like it's their backyard. So Esau all the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom, they're in a spirit of thinking wherever they go, they own it. Right? And the people are sick and tired of it, man. Everyone's sick and tired of this devil, ultimately. This is why you got the protests over there in Ireland, right? Because what the people complaining about the migrants that are being let into Ireland, there was a case that I believe it was two young Armenian boys, they were accused of raping a young girl, right? So tensions have flared up because of that, right? And not only that, but just the mass, immigrants that are piling into these countries, man. And the people are getting sick and tired of their governments, man. Just letting these people in and not only feeding them, right? Housing them, right? Giving them giving them benefits, right? And jobs before The Irish people get same. It's the same thing over here in the UK, right? The migrants, immigrants coming over here, and you got the British people moaning and complaining about the fact that these people are being housed, right, and receiving benefits before British citizens, right? And this is all part of the elite's plan to cause contention, right? To cause sedition and uproar among the people, right? And their plan is working to a T, as they say. So latest planned protests, anti-tourist protests in Spain, Portugal, France, and Italy, right? It says a number of countries across Europe are planning to take part in a mass anti-tourism protest on June the 15th. From Barcelona to Lisbon, Mallorca to Gran Canaria, local residents say tourism has caused rent prices to soar due to the Airbnb culture, making housing in the area unattainable, and their communities have hallowed. The Southern European Network Against Tourification is a coalition of over 60 activist groups has set this Sunday, the 15th of June, as the key to take coordinated action by causing disruption and making their feelings known. Right? A group claims everyday life to locals is unbearable due to the impact of holidaymakers and accuse the government of ignoring pleas for a drastic overhaul of the tourism industry. And all these places, these major places over here in Europe, Italy, Spain, France, these are tourist hotspots, especially Spain. Like I say, a heavy influx of Edomites go over there for their holidays, and a lot of older Edomite, retired couples, they go up there and set up home, right? And the Spaniards are getting sick and tired of it, right? It says Spain has already cracked down on Airbnb properties, ordering the platform to remove over 65,000 holiday rental listings. The Spanish Consumer Rights Ministry stated the listings were breaching regulations, with some let missing license numbers, having unclear ownership records, and having discrepancies between listed and official records. So the people in Spain are in an uproar about these tourists, British tourists, American tourists, right? Basically Esau Edom. Really, to put in a nutshell, basically sick and tired of Esau Edom. And this is that household being divided against itself. Because ultimately most of those Spaniards, Italians and French, they are Edomites, right? But people tend to, even Edomites, they tend to fend for their own, in a sense of, depending on where you live, you know, like over here in the UK, so-called Great Britain, very, very proud Brits. And they think that wherever they go, they ain't got to learn a language there. You just go there, set up shop, and treat it like it's their backyard. And this is just the spirit of Esau Edom in general. But the Edomites that live in them countries, they're not happy about that. Because why? Because they're in the same spirit of that same proud spirit. Now this is our place, man. This is our land, as it were. So again, it's that house divided against itself. And we're seeing more and more sedition, right? More and more rebellion against these world governments, man. Right? Because they're failing the people, and there's something they've always been doing, failing the people, but it's just become now more evident than ever, right? And the people are opening up their eyes to see these world governments for what they are, which are a bunch of tyrants, a bunch of wicked ass devils, right? Even Esau himself is waking up to the fact of his father being a devil, right? And these other heathen nations, they sick and tired too. This is why you got Iran and Russia, right, talking about nuking America, talking about nuking the UK. Right, sick and tired of these devils, man. And so are we, you know. But and then you had this shooting, right? And this was yesterday. This shooting in Austria, right? Let's pull it up. So this is in the Sky News app. Austria school shooting. Number killed in attack in Graz rises. Police give details of gunman. A lone attacker has shot dead 10 people at school in the Austrian city of Graz. Officials say the suspect, who was 21, had two guns, killed himself in a bathroom. 3 days of national mourning have been announced. So yeah, another crazy ass Edomite, right? Went on on a crash, on a crash dummy mission, man. Right? Ended up killing 10 students, and I believe this 21-year-old Edomite, I believe he is the same school that he went to when he was younger. Right? So now they're saying 11 dead, including the gunman. Apparently, he shot himself in the school bathroom after he took out 11. See, killer was a former pupil, 21, who didn't finish school. Right? Nearly 160 paramedics and 65 emergency vehicles rushed to the school. And apparently, this is something that Austria is not a place where they see things like this happen a lot at all. Like Austria, Sweden, Norway, these are fairly peaceful countries, right? Meaning it's very rare for them to have a situation arise like this, man. Compared to, like, say, Babylon or over here in the UK, right? So a lot of people was taken back by this mass killing, man. Right? And again, this is that house divided against itself, man. And only the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai playing up. Right? It says Austria's worst school shooting in its post-war history. See, Austria is one of the most heavily armed civilian populations in Europe, with an estimated 30 firearms per 100 people. Wow, according to the Small Arms Survey and Independent Research Project. So apparently over there, you're allowed to, as soon as you're 18, you're allowed to own a shotgun, right? You're legally allowed to buy a shotgun. And I believe you have to have um, a permit to carry a pistol or a handgun, right? But as soon as you reach 18, you can legally go and buy a shotgun over there in Austria. So the people are they arms up out there, man. Right? It said estimated 30 firearms per 100 people. Now that's quite a lot, according to the Small Arms Survey. However, school shootings are reported to be rare. Right? 4 people were killed and 22 injured when a convicted jihadist went on a shooting spree in the center of Vienna in 2020. I remember that. It says in November 1997, a 36-year-old mechanic shot dead 6 people in the town of Mutterndorf before killing himself. Right? So judgment's going out, man, as it does day to day. Right? Quickly pull this precept. Second Ezra's. This is Second Ezra's chapter 5, verse 42. And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring. Like there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. So judgment is going to continue to go out, right? And just when you think, it's peace and safety, then guess what? Another judgment come to pass, man. And this is what we're going to continue to see now, as we're in a time of heavy judgment. We're in a time of the Heavenly Father visiting this earth, which he made, and him start to rain down judgment on this wicked place, man. Right? Quickly grab this, and then I want to bring out the one more article. Second Ezra's. And it's funny because, brothers be going into Second Ezra's a lot recently, right? Right, second Ezra's is hitting heavy right now, man. 15, 16, 8. Right, so this is Second Ezra's chapter 8, Verse 50, it says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." Right? And the Austrians are very, very proud people, man. Right? Esau Edom, we know in general, is a very proud man. And those a lot of those European countries, such as Austria, Germany, Sweden, Norway, they are very proud Edomites, very high-minded Edomites. And guess what? Judgment's going out, man. And the Heavenly Father don't discriminate in His judgment. And it's time for these devils to start sipping from that cup of the Lord's indignation, man. You know. So this is from the Daily Mail app over here in the UK. It says police clashing. Right, so it says police clashing with Yobs as fires roar in Ballymena after Romanian teen accused of sex attack, or a Romanian. I thought it was Armenian. So two Romanian teens, right, were accused of raping an Irish girl, I believe.
Finding your next home doesn't have to be stressful. Simple Life Homes is here to make it easy.
Shit look like a war zone. So yeah, as you can see, okay, this is in Italy. So this is in Italy, so yeah, it's non-stop, man. It's non-stop right now. Check the viewers. Yeah, so as you can see, man, a whole lot of sedition worldwide, man. Let me go back to this post. Police clashing with Yobs in Ballymena in Ireland, right? And this is not the only place where they've been holding protests over there in Ireland. All the major cities like Cork, Dublin, right? They've been holding protests, right, about immigration. But over here in this place called Ballymena, it's obviously got on top, man. Because the island is not like, for example, just like everywhere, there's more built up places than other parts. But Ireland has got some real downtrodden parts to it, man. It's not like, for instance, like I said, Austria or Norway or Sweden type Edomite, man. This is different. This is a different beast you're dealing with over there in Ireland, and a lot of those redskin Irish are actually Jakes too, man. That's why there's a whole different spirit on a lot of those so-called Edomites, a lot of them are Edomites, but Jake is heavy among them, right? It says chaos has broken out for a second night in Northern Ireland as riot police clashed with the masked yobs after two teenagers appeared in court over alleged attempted rape. Trouble first erupted yesterday evening as a demonstration by around 2.5 thousand people in Harryville, an area of Ballymena, spiraled out of control. The gathering was organized after a court appearance that day where two 14-year-olds were charged with attempted oral rape of a teenage girl in the town on June the 7th. Both defendants required a remaining interpreter in court, with police branding the riots racist thuggery. Right? Extreme disorder has exploded onto the streets again today, with reports of mobs throwing bottles, wood, rocks, metal bars, wheelie bins, and even a child's bike. So this the Lord stirring the pot. Because it's the same thing we're seeing over there in Italy. It's the same thing we're seeing over there in Spain and in France and over there in Babylon, in California, man. And it's going to continue to spread. It's going to continue to intensify. It's going to continue to spread till there be an all-out civil war over there in America, right? All out race wars, religious wars, and rioting, man. And this is exactly what the global elites want. It's exactly what they want, playing right into their hands. You know, Ultimately, everyone's playing right into the hands of Yahweh Shemi Shai. It says riot police could be seen trying to tame a wild crowd of hundreds among huge fires and violence. Because, like I said, them Irish, they a different breed, man. They don't play about, man. You know, and there's some serious ghettos over there, especially in Northern Ireland. You got Ireland, and then you get Northern Ireland, right? I'll bring this out quickly. Uh, what's that? Ezekiel 7. I believe it's Ezekiel. It is Ezekiel 7 and go straight to the point. Let's start at verse. I'll just start from the top. Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the word of Hadawan Yahweh came unto me, saying, Also, thou son of man, thus saith Hadawan Yahweh unto the land of Israel, the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and I will recompense upon all thy abominations. My eye shall not spare thee, neither will it have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Ha'arwan Yahweh. Thus saith Ha'arwan Yahweh, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. An end is come, and the end is come, and it watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. And this is what's being manifest right now, man. The end, right? And we're at the end of the end. And we're going to continue to see more rioting, right? More chaos, more looting, right? We're hastening it, man. You know, it's a beautiful time to be alive, as brothers keep saying. So, you know, just a quick hit through the spirit, Lord willing, edifying, exalting, and comfort in some way, shape, or form. To the next one, as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rachaha Kodash, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh Shai, and Shalom to the elect.